So, I went to see Transformers 1 in theaters last Saturday, and when I say I was so hyped for this movie, like I was frantic to get to my seat, even though it wouldn't start for like 10 minutes, but I was happy. And there were like 8 other people there, which made me relieved because I haven't been to a movie theater for a while and I was worried that it would be too packed and too loud. But it wasn't. Which, I mean, I don't live in a very populated town or anything, but seeing the views for the trailers, I was convinced that there would be more people than I saw, especially considering that the movie was PG. I thought that a lot of parents would take their kids to see it. But again, I don't live in a very populated area, and I don't know how many people that here are interested in Transformers. That being said, the experience was great. My seat reclined. I loved the movie. I downed iced tea and M&Ms, and I ate Chipotle when I got home. Okay, but talking about the movie itself, it was really great. And I'm about to get into a lot of spoilers, so there's that warning. So starting off with the characters, I loved seeing how many characters I could recognize. It was honestly like a scavenger hunt for me. And I really like how they portrayed the 4 main characters, and I predicted that B would be my favorite of the 4 based off the trailers. And I will say that I liked all 4 of them overall, and the Badassatron joke ran a little too long for me, but B was still funny, and I feel like the relationships between all of the characters were well portrayed, especially the main one between Optimus and Megatron, which was so wholesome to see them actually getting along in a piece of media for once. But I was also sad because watching the movie, you could see how their friendship was being tested and slowly breaking apart. And then Alita being a girl boss and B being chaotic the whole time. And seeing Starscream being a leader for once was crazy, but unfortunately soon after, Megatron claimed the throne, and Starscream got his classic scratchy voice. And Shockwave was a bit of a wimp, but I'm used to the Prime Shockwave, so this might have been reasonable for his character. And Sentinel Prime, which I think I'm going to say since I'm not really informed on G1 Transformers or 100% on the original lore, and it looks like Sentinel Prime is in G1 Transformers, but based off Pinterest, I know that he is not a very favorite character in Transformers Animated, which I haven't watched. And I believe he was kind of an antagonist in the live action movies, so based off of that, it makes sense that he would be the villain in the movie. Because I saw that some people were surprised with him being the villain, and I was too because I didn't really know who to expect. But that's all I have to say. And based off this movie, I don't like him either. But unfortunately, I don't have a lot to say about Alpha Trion, but rest in peace, bro. Moving on to the art, it was beautiful. The backgrounds were gorgeous. The designs for the characters were visually pleasing, and everything looked so shiny and pretty and fun. Like the details were crazy, and my eyes were darting back and forth trying to look at everything. Okay, so I wanted to skim over the plot, but what I wrote was way too long and I kept on messing up. So if you want to look on Wikipedia, you can just find the whole plot for this movie. But with that being said, this was a great prequel and it was so tied together. And again, they did a great job showing Megatron and Optimus's friendship and how it split apart because of their differences in beliefs. And I would definitely say that out of all the Transformers movies I've seen, which would be the live action ones, this is definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite. And I would love to see more with the style and animation and more about Cybertron before the Autobots vs. Decepticons war. So thank you for hearing my first and maybe only movie review. Goodbye.